Hey guys, just a reminder, this is not official medical advice. For such, please seek an appointment with a licensed medical provider. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, I'm with my brother, Andy Rogers, our clinical director. Andy, what's going on, man?
Ben, look at our cool hats.
I mean, look at that.
Look at that. PM rocking it out.
If anybody wants one of these, let us know in the comments. I think they're cool.
If we're wanting to get some swag, just let us know in the comments.
These are designed by our provider here in the north, where I'm at, in the North Knoxville office, Bo McGregor.
Yes.
He designed these himself, so huge shout out to Bo. So, Ange, the reason I wanted to get you on is we do have an announcement to make. You know, as an office, as a group of offices, we're transitioning into EMR. We've been paper charts since forever, since we started. Kind of, walk us through, give us an update, walk us through kind of the why, and tell me what you're thinking about this transition into EMR.
Yes. Okay. So this was an act of Congress to get us changed over to EMR. So you know that our dad, Dr. Rogers, really left traditional health in part because of EMR. The constraints that it built, the clicks, I'm not in the room with the patient, I'm in a room trying to find an ICD-10 code. And it didn't play well with him. So we wanted to do something that was old school, the way medicine was supposed to be practiced. And I loved it, and patients loved that too. The transition to get into the 21st century, though, is needed for us because we've outgrown it. And so I love paper charts. Paper charts in a one office practice would work fantastic. Now we have 6 offices, 6 locations. We have 11 providers, which is really beautiful. And we have over 10,000 patients, active patients, which is a lot. And we share a lot of patients too, and do different procedures and therapeutics with them. They'll see one provider for a GI map, another provider for a pellet, and then a different provider for a PRP injection. So to allow us to stay within our same system, getting online is not only going to be better for our practice and our practitioners, so we really are up to date on what every patient is doing, but it opens access up to patients so that they can see any of us, whoever has the next available at any 6 locations. So we are really getting streamlined, which I'm really, really excited about. We've been ready for this for a little bit, and an important thing is that we didn't want it to take focus away from the patient. So we wanted to stay focused on the patient in the room, and so we scoured the internet to find what we felt was the best EMR for us, and our size of a clinic, and doing an EMR that's really close to an integrative approach rather than a traditional healthcare approach. And we found it. So we're in, and we're launching in a week. So get ready.
Real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to our team. It has been a collective effort. All 6 offices have really just done an amazing job, led by Katie and Carter and Ben and April. I mean, everyone has just done an amazing job of transitioning paper charts into an EMR system, which is no light feat, as you know. And,
no, it took a village, and then 2, it's not transitioning one online system to another. It's paper to online is a big transition. And I don't want this to feel scary to any patient. We're not taking insurance. We're not sharing your information. This is all a cloud-based EMR to make care accessible to you. You know, when you come in the room as a patient and you get handouts and educational sheets, that's something I'm passionate about, is how we turn an idea that usually dad comes up with an idea of, we want to do NAD plus injections. So then we get together, me and you, and say, how do we inform the public about what we're doing? How do we create a protocol? And then how do we make this information disseminated? How do we get it out to our patients? Having an online system makes that so much easier.
Yeah.
We can share it to your patient portal. We have all of our handouts and our educational materials. We can share portions of a treatment plan, so that we can write down that you are changing up your testosterone therapy. Like, there's 1,000 ways we do that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one. I'm just so darn excited, and one thing I know, kind of being on the back end of this, is how much work you've put into creating templates, making this as as easy on the provider and the patient as possible. From what I've seen, Andy, this is going to be quite like a paper chart. It's just digital because of the way you've designed the templates. Can you kind of walk us through your thought process there?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It's exactly like a paper chart. Yes, except it's just going to be digitally created so that we can easily send in referrals, so we're not faxing things. I've done it so that if a provider comes in the room, they can easily spend more time with the patient by just picking and choosing key phrases and getting really the subjective note more specific to the patient. But really, very, very much like paper charts, you will see providers with iPads. Our front and back staff, with administrative staff and our medical, nursing, MA staffing, they'll be using their laptops at their desks. They're still going to be paper. So it's not much of a change. You'll just see a provider come in the room with an iPad. That's really going to be the only change you notice. And two, as far as communication and scheduling, there's going to be a lot more streamlined ways to get a hold of us. Refill requests and lab callbacks and notes and sign-offs. It's going to be directly shared to a patient portal. This is all going to be a work in progress. That's my big pitch to you as patients. If you'll be patient with us, we will be patient with you. And the great part is that we are really well versed in what to do when EMR doesn't have Wi-Fi access. We have all this stuff ready to go. So we're not going to have a lot of lag time with your care. So right now, a lot of it is just getting us onto this online platform. And two, part of that is because that's the wave of the future. A lot of pharmacies are requiring e-prescriptions rather than call-ins. And we now have the capability to e-prescribe directly to a pharmacy. We still have the option to write, to call in, but that's going to be as a backup. So a lot of it's getting in code with what the rest of healthcare in America is doing.
And I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here, Ange. Based on what you've seen with the EMR system that we're transitioning into, give us kind of the top 3 to 4 benefits to the patient that you can already see through developing these templates, through kind of walking through the process of what a patient's going to go through, kind of from the front to the actual visit with the provider. What are you seeing as far as like the big benefits to the patient here?
So I think it's going to be access to care. That's the number one thing. So that we do a lot of different things at performance medicine, and not every clinic does everything. For example, PRP injections. That's only available in Bristol and in the White House in Kingsport. Certain aesthetics procedures are only available at certain locations. Fertility consults, only available at certain locations with certain providers. So what's helpful is that when you see us traditionally, for one thing, our big 3 is hormone replacement therapy, medical assisted weight loss, and the longevity treatments, Cleveland's, and knowing your risks. So that's mainly what people see us for. But for these offshoots, GI mapping, Avise autoimmune consults, functional fertility, PRP, all those providers will be able to see your previous notes instantaneously. They can say, what have you been working on with Andy? Okay, this is great. I'm going to do your PRP today. So then I know too, when they come and see me next, that, hey, actually you've been working on functional fertility with Robin. This is fantastic. Tell me how this went. So I think a lot of it more is about not only access to care to where you can see any provider really in any office, but also it's going to be streamlined for providers so that we provide the best care for you. The next one is also to video conference. So we will not only have online documentation, we're also going to have telehealth by video conference. So a lot of what we do right now is by phone, which is still going to be an option, but we'll now be able to visualize you in the room, which is fantastic because some people aren't able to get into our offices. And so instead of just by going by phone, you get a lot more feel by actually visualizing a patient. So it's a very easy, I've done it, and it's very, very easy to do a telehealth conference by video. And then the e-prescriptions is just another surefire way to say, hey, the pharmacy didn't get your voicemail you left, but it's sent directly in, we get confirmation. So I don't know if that was 4, but that was at least 3 benefits.
Honestly, man, one thing, yes, you're exactly right. The access to care portion was where my head was going. I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a team of providers we have, and how much of an expert all of them are in one area or multiple areas. They're all experts in, like you said, kind of our main entries into performance medicine, the hormone replacement therapy, medically assisted weight loss, as well as the longevity stuff with Cleveland's. But they all have like a very unique niche as well. Robin Riddle comes up with functional fertility, and like you said, with Jill Henritzi and PRP, and all the others have little niches as well. So I'm super pumped for everybody to get to have access to everybody, no matter where they're living, whether that's the Tri-Cities or Knoxville.
Exactly. And it allows us to open up more clinics. So it allows us to actually service more of the East Tennessee region. We've always talked about being in Nashville, maybe being there. We'll be able to have a lot more opportunity to do that without being on paper. What I want this to be is online with a paper vibe.
Ooh, I love that.
Online with a paper vibe. So you're still getting that old school feel. And you may even see providers come in just with their pen and pad to write down notes and then document later. You may very well see that. So you might not notice much difference. The difference you'll notice is on intake. So our intake is all going to be electronic intake. So you'll have your medical history, all that's going to be filled out through a patient portal, your document uploads, instead of physically filling out on a paper chart. So that's the bigger difference, not what's going to be care in the room.
Online with a paper vibe. We're gonna coin that.
I think we should
dig
coin
that.
Online with a paper vibe.
Real quick before we call this an episode, is there any advice you have for patients in terms of like as we make this transition? I know like number one piece of advice is going to be patient with us.
Be patient with us.
We're learning as we go.
Patient. We are learning, and I'm telling that to our staff too.
Yeah.
Be patient with us. We don't know all the answers. We don't know all the answers right now. We've tried to do it in a way. So Katie, Carter, Ben, and I have kind of divvied out like what's it's almost like you triage. It's like, okay, if this happens, what do we do next? If this happens, what do we do next? We always have a backup. We always have a backup because we've been on paper for 20 years. So so nothing should change. But being patient with us, just as we figure stuff out, it's not, am fully expect it not to be perfect. Just do that. And that's actually just a good life lesson anyways. I would hold on those expectations that this is just going to be the most life-changing thing. It'll be a transition. I think it's going to take us months to work out the kinks and to streamline, to get what our phone call system looks like versus our faxing versus our online things. We need a lot of patience from you, and we're going to be patient with you as well. So it's going to be vice versa. It's kind of like you get what you give, and so we'll be able to treat everybody with kindness that they treat us with kindness too. And you already do that. We have a really great. We have amazing patients. I'm doing a show down in Oak Ridge, and I had a patient drive many hours to come see that. That's really so special. Cool. Like that means something to me. So when we get people like that, they go above and beyond. We want to go above and beyond right back to them. So I say be patient, be on the lookout. Like you're going to be asked to fill out some stuff online. Just be prepared.
Yep. And that was wonderfully said, Andrea. We have the best patients in the world, and the connection that our team has with every single one of our patients is so special. It does not surprise me at all that you have patients traveling hours to come see you in a play.
It's just so nice.
the play was awesome. So huge,
Almost
shout
over.
out to
3 more
shout out to
shows.
you and the Oakers Playhouse for that entire production. It's incredible, and you're in your last weekend now, so
Last weekend.
congratulations.
My facial hair will be back.
Well, Ange, thank you so much for hopping on here and kind of walking us through this transition that has been kind of a long time coming for us, and like you said, we're gonna keep our paper vibes. This is still personalizing every interaction with the patient and giving patients the time that they need is number one. And we would not do this if we didn't feel that this would actually enhance.
I'm hoping we have more time with patients because of it. That's what I'm hoping. I think it's just know it's going to be a transition. It will be a process. Just like anything in life. Anything new in life is going to take some time to get used to, but this will be second nature. I'm hoping it's second nature very soon, but remember it's online with a paper vibe.
Online with a paper vibe. Andy Rogers, thank you so much, brother.
Ben Rogers, thank you, Ben. You keep us connected.
Guys, we love you. Thank you all for your patience in advance. We look forward to this transition with you. We're excited for this season at Performance Medicine as we continue to grow.
And it's called OptiMantra. That is the cloud-based source that we're using. It's a very good EMR, and I'm telling you, they have really good client support. They should have very good customer support, but I'm telling you, they're on top of it. So they've been very, very helpful to us. So
yeah, huge shout out to OptiMantra.
OptiMantra is what we're going to start with.
All right, guys, that's the show. That's enough. Andy, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Don't go away.